Hey, what's up, guys? Hopefully you can hear me in here. It's kind of loud. I'll see if any of you guys jump on here. If I don't see anybody jump on, then I will jump off. I know it's pretty late on the East Coast, and I don't even know if this is coming in because I'm not mic'd up. So I'm going to give it a few more seconds here. If I don't see anybody jump on, like I said, I'll jump off. But want to give some quick thoughts from here in the bowels of AT&T Stadium. Not able. Hey, what's up, Joel? What's up, brother? We got DS Kennels here. All right, we got a few of you guys on here. I'll just give you some quick thoughts. I was ringside tonight. MJB Taco. I'm a little less disappointed now. Yeah. Barker Raider asks, is Spence power overrated? Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second. So again, hopefully you guys can hear me. I would be mic'd up and everything, but so the press conference is going down just over there. You can see the line, right? Bunch of fighters and a bunch of people, hanging out and stuff like that, wanting to meet the fighters. But there's a room back there, I think Miller Lite Club, they call it, whatever, where they're doing a post-fight press conference. Tiffany's in there recording that for Ring TV. That's going to be up on Ring Magazine's YouTube channel. So she's getting all the post-fight presser footage of Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence. Richard Schaefer's in there talking right now. So that will all be up on Ring Magazine's YouTube channel pretty soon, okay? Actually, probably tomorrow. But she's got all the mics and lights and all that kind of stuff. So I just thought while she's doing that, I just got my story into Ring TV, the website. So make sure you guys check that out. But I thought I'd talk to you guys while I'm waiting for this presser to get over with and we could finally go have a few drinks and relax. By the way, I covered the entire pay-per-view card for Ring TV today. This is my first time covering a card live for Ring. So that was pretty damn cool. And I'm going to do a feature in the magazine about it. But tonight, I did a couple of quick pieces just from ringside on all 3 undercard fights. Also, on the main event. And I just got that piece out to Doug, and they've posted all 4 pieces. So the Areola fight, the Luis Neri fight, David Benavidez, and of course the main event, Spence Garcia. So make sure you guys go to ringtv.com and just look up those articles. And please, if you guys see them on Ring's Twitter page, retweet them. Get them out there. Show some love for my work on Ring's site. That looks good for me. And the more clicks my articles bring, the more impressed the guys at Ring are going to be, the more work I could get later in the future. So please do that for me, okay? Go to Ring's Twitter, retweet those stories, and check them out and read them. Let me know what you guys think, all right? Because a lot of them today, I had to write it as the fights were happening and get it right out to the site from there at ringside. So it was pretty chaotic. It's been a long, long weekend, but a really, really productive one. Okay, let me get to the actual fight. So if you guys watched my breakdown and my prediction video, there's several points I kept repeating over and over, right? I kept talking about a good big man beats a good little man. And I also said that Mikey Garcia has a chance to prove he's great because a little great man beats a good big man. We've seen it before. We've seen it with guys like, let's say, Manny Pacquiao, who was better than good, who very good, bigger fighters. Ray Flores, what's up, brother? I'm live right now. So you did a great job tonight,
Thank
brother.
you, my man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Mike, always a pleasure. I'm glad you came out. What do you think of the fights tonight?
I thought, I was just talking about that. I think Spence proved that he's great tonight because he outboxed Mikey Garcia. That's what impressed me.
Well, I think people underestimated the boxing ability of Errol Spence coming into this. There was talk about Mikey, and Mikey deserves all the accolades that he got coming into this fight.
Absolutely.
But Errol Spence is a 2012 Olympian and is a terrific boxer.
And he proved it tonight.
I mean, literally, I think he was like tripling, if not quadrupling, the punch output and the connect.
No, I think he landed 345 punches.
Yes.
And I think Garcia landed 75.
See, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. And not only that, but I'll be honest with you, Mike, and I've been here since Tuesday, I think that Errol got upset. And I think that people were wrong, and I'll tell you why. that they were saying, oh, this is such a pro Mikey crowd, this and that, almost discounting the fan base that Errol has here. Errol has a very good fan base here because we did the fight in June of last year, and he did 13,000 people
at the practice facility
for Carlos Ocampo.
Right.
But here's the thing, the Mexican fight fans are some of the best fight fans in the entire world.
They're the backbone of the sport.
Not just boxing, but sports fans. I'd say that they are some of the most passionate sports fans in the world.
I agree.
So the fans came out to support Mikey, especially because Mikey was daring to be great. How do you not love that?
Right,
Why were people discrediting the popularity of Errol Spence Jr. down here? I thought that was kind of unfortunate in the lead up to this fight because Errol is beloved down here.
Well, I saw it tonight. So, okay, at the weigh-in, because I wrote about this.
Yes.
The weigh-in felt like a pro Mikey house.
Mm-hmm. It was.
And here's the thing about Mexican-American fans. Mexican fans, they go to weigh-ins. They go to press events.
Yeah, they go to everything.
They go to everything.
They go to
That's what's
everything.
awesome about Mexican fans.
Yeah, of course.
But tonight, it felt 50-50. The crowd noise for Spence was just as loud.
Yes.
And I didn't think it was corny at all to tweet this. I tweeted it earlier tonight. I don't get goosebumps at fights much. I got goosebumps tonight.
I got goosebumps tonight too.
It doesn't happen. I'm getting it right now thinking about it.
I got goosebumps tonight too.
And I don't even feel corny saying that. Go ahead and make fun of me. I don't give a damn. I got goosebumps tonight. And it was when Spence walked out and there was pyrotechnics and fire and fight. I haven't seen that at a fight in a long time.
Exactly.
That was awesome, man.
It was special. You know what?
It's
happened to me a few times over the past several months, and I'll tell you what, Wilder Fury at Staples Center, that was pretty electric.
I wish I could have been there for that one.
If you were there, you would have felt the electricity. Tonight was special. Tonight was history. Jerry World, this is a palace.
This is awesome.
You know that.
This is my first time here, inside.
It's incredible.
Amazing.
I think it's the most incredible stadium. I've never been inside the new Wembley, but I think this is the most incredible stadium. I've never been to the new Atlanta Falcons facility.
I've been in there. I just went in there and saw a playoff game.
What do you
not
think?
Playoff game, but
what do you think?
It's amazing. The mercedes-benz Stadium in Atlanta is amazing.
How does it compare to this?
It's a notch below this.
Okay, see?
It just is.
I'm hearing reports, though, that the new stadium in LA, in Inglewood, might be just as good as this. And Mike, can you imagine? The fight fans down here in Texas are amazing. But let's look ahead a little bit. When that stadium is built, can you imagine a summer fight at that new stadium with 40, 50,000 people under the stars in Los Angeles?
Once the sun dips.
Come on, man.
It'd be like StubHub Center, or what is it called now? Dignity Health Sports Park.
Times
7. Yeah.
Exactly, times 7 or 8.
That would be amazing.
But that's what this big stadium feel, this is something that needs to happen more. But the rights fight have to happen. Look, I love Vegas. I love Vegas. I love Barclays. Love Staples. Love Dignity Health Sports Park. But come on, big stadium like this.
And there's not a bad seat. I didn't hear anybody complain about the view, because a lot of people say in these big stadium fights, well, the view is going to be horrible. With that huge TV out there, there's not a bad seat in the house. I haven't heard any of the fans that were here complain. Everyone here was happy. Yeah, it was a one-sided fight, but I think we saw greatness tonight. And just being in this atmosphere, I think everyone's more than satisfied, right?
Well, also, too, Mike, the one thing is people were saying, well, can't they fill up 100,000? Who in general can fill 100,000 people anywhere in the world?
There was 47,000.
The UK fans are a different world. I mean, I don't even want to go there.
Right.
I'm talking about stateside.
Right.
The fact that 47,000 people came out tonight.
Right. You think of all the other entertainment options. March Madness is about to come up in college basketball. You've got NBA going. You've got NHL. Major League Baseball starting up. So you have all that going on, and 47,000 people filled this stadium tonight. That's pretty special. That's amazing.
And the hardcore fight fan could come.
Yeah,
that's
and
what's
afford
great
it.
About it.
That's what I don't like about Vegas. It prices out the people that could come tonight. And I saw families here. I saw couples. I saw people with their grandparents here.
Yes.
We need more of that.
And I think we're going to get more of it,
so
especially with what we saw to Spence. Jerry Jones loves Errol Spence, and I think he's going to bring him back. Now, Pacquiao Spence, who knows where that's going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Man, come on, Mike. Errol against Manny.
It'd be huge.
Oh my
It'd be huge,
goodness.
but that might be murder. I just I don't know, man.
But look, bottom line, the greatness of Errol Spence was on display tonight.
I agree with you. That's what I was just about to talk. I was just going to start breaking down the fight, and I think he proved tonight that if he would have just used his physicality and out-muscled Garcia and just blown him out, I wouldn't have been as impressed.
True.
The fact that he outboxed, his footwork was better, his craft was better, his skills were better, his jab was better, his defense was better. Everything was better. He proved he's not just good tonight, he's great. He's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. I'm going to say it. I still don't know if I'd pick him against Terrence Crawford, though.
Okay.
If they fought right now, but 2-3 years from now, I'm probably going with Spence. But right now, I don't know. But he's absolutely in the top 3 or 4 pound for pound. He has to be.
Yeah, I'll let you break this down, but I'll say an incredible night. And look, we had some good comeback stories. Chris Arreola, Luis Neri, David Benavidez. I know people could say, well, ho hum, whatever. Look, bottom line, those guys went ahead and they stopped their opponents. So you got to give them credit.
They did what they were supposed to do.
Even if it wasn't against the opposition that people may not have clamored for, you go out and you do your job. You dispatch them in the first half of the fight. They did that.
Yeah.
So don't hate on them for their performances, because I saw a little bit of that on social media.
Of course.
I mean, obviously, people are going to criticize. What I'm saying is that they went ahead, they handled business. If they would have gone the distance, you would have criticized them even more.
Of course.
So kudos to them for handling business. But tonight, Errol Spence, this was his coronation.
I agree with you, brother. He's a star now.
I'll let you get to your viewers.
All right, we'll do that.
Excellent job, my man.
You always do a great job, brother. You're classy. You do a great job.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, so quick break in the action to talk to Ray Flores. He's awesome, man. He's just a great guy. And every time I see him, we always chat. And the cool thing about Ray, he loves talking boxing. We'll get to talking and we'll waste an hour, an hour of our life. We'll go by just talking boxing. I ran into him in LA. Last time I was in LA, they were doing a press event at the gym I used to work out at, City of Angels Boxing. And he was standing outside. We just shot the shit, man. He's just a great dude. So anyway, okay. Let me get back to the fight. So here's what I saw tonight. Errol Spence, as I was just mentioning with Ray, and I fully agree with him, and I talked about this in my piece on ringtv.com, so go find that. He did everything better tonight. And I think he proved that Errol Spence, he is not just a slugger. He's not just a knockout machine. He's not just a big physical welterweight that gets people out of there. He's actually a really good boxer. He's actually a really good fighter. And he's better than good. He's great. He really is great. I still, I still think that Terrence Crawford is still, I still rate him higher just because of what he's done pound for pound in 3 different weight classes. That to me is more impressive than owning a whole division. It depends. Spence hasn't owned the welterweight division yet. He hasn't had a chance to fight all the top guys yet, but he's on his way. But right now at welterweight, if you rated Spence number 1, I ain't mad at you. If you rate Crawford number 1, I ain't mad at you. It's between those 2 guys at 147. Unfortunately, because of the politics of the sport, who knows if they're ever going to fight each other. They certainly won't over the next couple years. But I tweeted this, and a few of you guys got a little pissed off, but to me, Garcia got a tad bit exposed tonight. And I'm not saying that like Garcia all of a sudden is a bum. He's still an outstanding fighter. He's still a very good fighter. But he's not top 5 pound for pound great level fighter. He's just not there, okay? I think Spence is. I think that if they were at the exact same weight, if Spence and Garcia both weighed the same, whatever the hell it was, I think Spence would have beat him just as thoroughly. In fact, I think if they were the same weight, Spence... I don't know if you guys can hear me or see me or what. Let me know if you guys are still on here. If not, I'm going to jump off. Guys, I can't tell if you can hear me or see me or what, so I'm going to jump off here. But are you still there? Okay, cool. We're still there. All right, so a few more minutes, guys. Then I gotta jump off here because they're gonna kick us out. Tiffany's asking where I'm at. Yeah, so Garcia, look, he could go back down to 40. I don't know if he could go down to 35 again after jumping up 2 weight classes. I don't know, man. Going down 2 weight classes, I don't know if I agree with that. I think that he could go down to 40, though, and I think he's still a player at 40. That's a loaded division, though. But his brand, I don't think, took a hit tonight. Obviously, he had a ton of fans here. So Garcia's brand didn't take a hit. He made a huge career-high payday. But to me, he's still on the bubble of the top 10 pound for pound, but his pound for pound rating for me, because he was so thoroughly outclassed and outboxed by Spence, that did take a bit of a hit. His rating as a lightweight, if he can make 135, he's still probably the second best lightweight in the world. If he goes to 140, he's the top 10 at 140. But pound for pound, he did drop a couple notches. And now Spence, you got to have him up in the top 5 pound for pound, maybe the top 3 or 4 pound for pound right now. I think he proved that tonight. Am I ready to put Spence above Alexander Usyk, above Terrence Crawford, even above Canelo, guys like that? I don't know about that, but he's certainly in the discussion. You can make the argument for it. So, yeah, man, here's why I picked Garcia to go the distance, and then I'll let you guys go. Garcia does a very good job of getting inside of guys' power or staying just on the outside of the power, meaning he never gets caught with a fully extended punch. The full extension of the punch never lands flush on Garcia. He either smothers it by jumping in, or he backs up and kind of sucks the power out of it. I knew he was going to do that tonight. I knew he was going to cover up, and I knew that I personally feel that Spence's power is a tad overrated. I don't think Spence hits quite as hard as people think. And I know Garcia defensively covers up well. He does a good job staying, like I said, either inside or outside of the power, just inside, just outside of range, so that he never takes the full brunt of a punch. He did that very well tonight. Consider this. Spence landed 345 punches over 12 rounds, and Garcia had a little mark under his left eye, and that was about it. No cuts, no big bruises, no swelling, none of that. So if you're taking almost 350 punches from Spence, and you barely have a scratch on you, that tells me Garcia did a good job of avoiding taking the brunt, the big power shots. Where Spence really made a difference in this fight was going down to the body, and that's where he started to make adjustments. His footwork was beautiful. I think he landed like 81 power punches to the body, and I think that Garcia only landed like 11 body shots, something like that. So all in all, man, he just thoroughly outclassed Mikey Garcia. And now he's in the discussion. Absolutely one of the top 5 pound for pound fighters in the world. And I ain't mad at you if you have him up there with guys like Canelo, Usyk, just under. I still think Lomachenko and Crawford are the 1A and 1B right now in boxing. And I favor them, again, because they've done work in multiple divisions. And then with Lomachenko, it's just that vast amateur background. I think that should count. It matters. So what else? One more thing, why I thought this was going the distance. The Garcias are so proud. They're so proud. I knew Robert Garcia wasn't going to want to stop the fight. And I know that there was a couple of people, I think Mikey, maybe it was Robert, who was saying, hey man, maybe we should pull the plug later on. There was at least 1 or 2 people in Garcia's corner. Obviously I couldn't hear because I was ringside, you guys can tell me, but I've heard, people have told me, a couple of people were saying maybe we should stop the fight. But Mikey was saying, hell no, I'm going out there and I'm going to finish. And I knew that he was so proud in the way he covers up defensively, he could last the distance. And I think Spence knew that too. Spence threw everything but the kitchen sink at Garcia in the 9th round, in the 10th, and the 11th round. In fact, I think Glenn Feldman, one of the judges, he scored the 11th round 10-8. It didn't matter. Mikey wasn't going to quit, and I knew that, even if it got one-sided. That's why I've been telling you guys all week this was going the distance, and all you guys who were telling me I was wrong, I was stupid, I didn't know boxing, and that this wouldn't go past the 6th round, I hope you show up for TNC Live Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. I hope you guys show up, because a lot of you guys like to go and disappear after I do get something right, which is 90% of the time, by the way. All right, guys, so I'm going to run in here to this presser that they're about to close up and break all the stuff down and maybe go grab a drink or two. And then, hell, it's probably past midnight here, Central Time. We got to catch a flight tomorrow at 7. So we're probably going to go have a beer or two, get back to the room at 2 in the morning, sleep for 3 hours, get up at 5, and catch a flight back to Atlanta at 7 in the morning. It's going to be a crazy 24 hours. But, you know, hey, that is the life. Anyway, guys, I'm going to remind you one more time. Go to ringtv.com. Check out my articles. All 4 of them for this card, particularly the main event. tweet them, get them out there in the Twitter sphere, get questions together for TNC. And I will be back on SB Nation Radio tomorrow night on the Dave Smith Show, breaking down what we saw tonight. So I'll get you guys information about that. And you guys can listen live on the radio show, or I will try to get audio of that and post it on the channel. All right, guys, it's been a really productive, great weekend. I'm so happy the way things are working out with Ring Magazine and Ring TV. It looks like we got a good future of working together, and I owe a lot of that to you guys and your support. So thank you very, very much for that.